Hey, what's up, everybody? Here we go again, episode 49 at Face Value. I'm Brian.
I'm Lucas.
And I'm Will.
Super pumped to have you back for another week. First off, just want to give a special hug to all the dads out there. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to you, Lou. So
Father's Day, man.
Appreciate it. So it was a good day. Nothing too crazy. So
I went grocery shopping
yeah. So
with the kids.
just a normal Sunday.
It's good, dude. That's right.
Well, it's kind of a hit and miss thing.
Dude, my kid loves it. It's awesome. I like. He's like, can I get a snack? I'm like, sure, dude.
Yeah,
We
have an understanding that we start on the left and we make our way to the right. When we get to the right, there's the donut rack, and so as long as you're good throughout the trip, you can get a donut on the way out. So
that's a good idea. I always start in the fruit.
Yeah,
we do the opposite.
Yeah,
I do counterclockwise.
Right.
But yeah, no, it was good. It was good, relaxing, chill, nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
Ate too much, but it's alright.
Part of it.
That's right.
I mean, it's summertime, so you know.
Summer bod.
That's right. Summer dad bod.
That's right. That's right.
So yeah, closing in our 1 year anniversary too. We were just talking about that. So we'll start planning out. Maybe we'll have a little something we can do, a little something different for our 1 year or something. We'll plan all that out, but
yeah,
we'll figure it out. So as always, we'll start with our hugs and hikes. Will, you want to start it this week?
Yeah. I guess we'll do hugs first.
Yeah, we can do some hugs. You got a hug?
Yeah, I got a hug. Just want to hug them both. It's a hug for Sam Burns and Adam Scott. They just kind of got ate up by Oakmont today.
Oh, yeah.
They were both top of the leaderboard. Burns going for his first major.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Scott trying to become the widest gap between first and second major. It would have been 12 years since his last major win. He's getting his mid-40s. You know, as the age grows, the chances like these kind of are few and far between. Both those guys were up there, and rough Sunday today at Oakmont for both those guys. I think it was Burns +8 and Scott was +9 on the day.
Oh my gosh, dude.
+8 and +9.
And Burns, I think, entered the day 2 under.
4 under.
It was 4 under.
Yeah.
Golly.
Or was it 2 under? I don't know. I just know he was +8 today.
Yeah, he LSU grad too. He was LSU golfer.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
I was kind of rooting for him, but
He finished +4, so he was 4 under coming into the day.
God, that's freaking
+8,
bad,
and
man.
Scott was 3 under, and finished +6 with the +9 on. The old 79 to finish the.
Did even par win it?
1 under 1.
1 under.
We'll get into how he won.
Yeah.
Did
I
you see the
no,
clip?
I was watching Louisville and Arizona earlier.
Yeah.
That's
Crazy
what I was
top of the leaderboard. Not a lot of names you would expect or recognize, but yeah, tough day for those guys. So just want to give them a nice little hug, and it's okay.
Yeah.
Live to fight another
It's
day.
gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay. Maybe not. I don't know.
watching. Who you got for a hug?
I had a couple, but
Let's hear 'em.
I'm gonna give a special hug to Bruce the Bat Dog for the Nationals.
Mm-hmm.
Got pulled up from AAA this week
Did
to
Really
become the
show, man.
special bat dog for the Nationals. So
amazing promotion.
he got to
That's
do
awesome.
like a ceremonial first fetch or something for like it was pups in the park. He took a little scenic route. He kind of like ran around the infield, kind of showed himself off a little bit before we got it eventually. So
Probably just too many people.
oh yeah, dude, like
Like
yeah,
I'm
it's
sure,
not a
I'm
minor
sure
league park.
AAA. Like he's like, there's probably 500 people there. You know, like it's probably just
people were probably just going crazy when he ran out there too.
Yeah,
So,
they was freaking shook.
Yeah, and then my other one was Murray State, dude. Like, I want to give them a hug. So I saw, which I'm sure y'all saw it too, but like obviously they've been highlighted because they made the College World Series and they showed like their baseball field holds 800 people.
Yeah.
And then their head coach makes $68,000 and mows the grass himself.
Is that what he makes?
Yeah, he makes $68,000 and he mows the grass. So, special hug to Murray State through all that, still making it to the College World Series. Just absolutely unbelievable. I don't think it's going to go past tomorrow because they got to face Arkansas in the elimination game. But
Dude, you never know.
yeah,
I mean,
It's baseball.
It's baseball, and with LSU being on that side of the bracket, I'm a big Murray State fan.
Oh,
because
for
I'd
sure.
rather not face Arkansas again.
yeah, definitely. So
And Zach Root, their starter, he was pulled early in the game. I think
really,
38 pitches against LSU, and they pulled him in the second.
wow.
I guess they were just trying to save him for, like, LSU was seeing him well. He was struggling to throw strikes. guess the coach just like save it for another day kind of thing.
Playoff mentality.
Yeah.
Let your bullpen do work.
For sure. Yeah.
What about you? What you got?
My hug is Rocco's bar at the College World Series in Omaha. Obviously, they're doing very well, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're making a lot of money on the Jello shots, but I mean, it's for a good cause. It's for food banks across the country of the schools that are there too. They donate, I think, half of the money. So it's a cool viral thing.
I forgot they do that.
Yeah, it's a cool viral thing that people kind of keep watching and keep up with throughout the whole tournament, which is awesome. And then, obviously, the fact that they donate the proceeds is pretty cool.
LSU kind of runs the show every time they're there, right?
I think last time in 2023 they were there, they had 68,000 Jello shots.
Exactly what it was.
Actually, 68,888 to be exact.
Oh my gosh!
Todd Graves bought like $6K.
Yeah, he was there. Awesome. He was there yesterday too. He took a shot with Livy Dunn.
Oh,
she was there in her half Skeens or half Pirates, half LSU jersey. So I'm sure she bought a few.
Oh, I'm sure.
And there's a big hotshot lawyer out of Baton Rouge. That's a huge NIL guy. He usually buys a lot. I think he's not able to make it to the College World Series, and he's already said he's buying 800 a day that LSU's there. So for people to have. So shout out to Rocco's. Pretty cool deal.
They gotta be pumped up when LSU shows up.
Oh, dude, for sure. But I'll just go ahead and we'll go right into my hike.
Go ahead.
It's kind of on the same thing. So UCLA, Louisville, and Arizona can all go take a hike because those numbers are bad. On the latest update, like we talked about, UCLA hadn't even hit 4 digits yet. They're still not even under. They're not even over 1,000. Louisville's at 1,249 and Arizona's at 1,438.
Not even trying.
LSU's up to 12,000 already. So the next closest.
This is day 3.
Yeah, dude, they were.
If they start winning.
They were at like 5,000.
They
were at like 5,000 before the tournament even started. But the next closest is Murray State, so they're hanging in there at 6,000.
There you go.
So they're about halfway behind.
They got half of them.
Yeah.
That's just got to be like other fans buying for Murray State.
I think
That's just got to be
they're
the casual fan.
They're America's team right now.
They
I
are
agree.
team.
I agree.
Coastal's kind of. I mean, they're not up here on the shot challenge thing. They're in 3rd, but I feel like a lot of people are getting behind Coastal too.
Yeah,
seeing those underdogs and
anytime
smaller
you get those
schools.
mid-major,
Absolutely.
A lot of people remember the run in the teens when they won it.
In 16, yeah. So
was it 16 or 19?
16.
Okay.
Yeah, 2016. But yeah.
No, that's cool.
So Rocco's has both of them today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Will, come on, make your statement.
I'll keep it short and sweet. To piggyback off of Brian's last week and my whole tirade, the Knicks can take a hike. That's all I'll say for now. I'll elaborate later on NBA talk. The New York Knicks can take a freaking hike.
Has it gotten worse?
Yes.
Okay, we'll swing back to that.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Mine is if this rumor is true, the University of Texas can take a hike. So I heard a rumor, I read about it, that the big wigs and the big media had it set up to where Texas and Ohio State were going to play Sunday night of the first weekend to cap the whole thing, and Texas refused to play a night game because they didn't want to let Ohio State tailgate all day and play a night game in Buckeye Stadium. So now they're playing the big noon game instead on Saturday. So
if that's true, that's God.
But
That's a bad look.
So
again, it's a rumor, I guess.
And what doesn't help it though is that Chris Del Conte said we didn't want the short week preparing for the next team.
For UL Monroe?
Yes.
Who are they playing?
It's like it's like I can't remember. It's like a UL Monroe. Like I remember us seeing the schedule, and I was like, oh my gosh! I was like, dude, there's no way you can.
I mean, as an LSU fan, having to go to Florida State on a Sunday night 2 years in a row, we've lost like every single opener that we played, and we've done them all on the road or at a neutral site on a Sunday night.
Yes.
And then that's what happens. We play a nobody on the next game.
Yeah.
Just do it for the fans. I don't want to. I would love to watch that game in prime time.
San Jose State
Oh yeah.
is their week 2 game.
Yeah, so that's just a cop out.
Yeah.
Which I could see that one more because are you really that worried about the night game? Because those fans get up for Big Noon because they play at 11 all the time.
Yeah, but I think they kind of hate it too. Playing at, well, I guess it's 1.
Even if they don't like it, they do. I mean, they play Michigan every year at 11. Like,
yeah, look how that's going.
Like true, but like the fans know how to get up for a noon game.
But if you give them all day, then
I don't know. I might be totally wrong about this. Maybe I'm from this. I just don't feel like those schools up north tailgate like they do in the south.
I was just gonna say the same.
yeah.
I just don't know if it's the same kind of deal.
That's crushed. Yeah, I don't think. I was thinking the exact same thing. I had the same sentiment. Like having Alabama, Ole Miss, LSU, A&M, even I guess Texas to some extent, like them tailgating all day is a different feel than like a Michigan tailgating all day or Ohio State. And I'm sure they party, they get up, but like I don't know. I feel like they're like in quotes classier up there. You know, like they don't get like 12,000 Jell-O shots crazy. You know what I mean?
You gotta go a little further east to Buffalo, New York to get that. So.
Oh yeah. Those people are crazy. But yeah.
So if that is true though, like that's still crazy. To
Yeah.
me. Like just blowing that off and obviously having the kind of power to say like, no, we're not doing that. We gotta get ready for the San Jose State Trojans for 6 days.
I'm not.
Texas being Texas, man, just showing their ass.
But I'm not going to like write off that and like say that and like defend them at all. But typically, like the TV rights, they have the rights to put whatever they want. Like if they say we're doing it Sunday night, it's Sunday night.
Yeah.
Like, cause they own the rights to the game.
Yeah.
So there has to be something with that. Like, cause again, I'm guessing Fox fixed that up.
It's gonna be Fox.
So Fox had to pick it up, and Fox obviously has the big noon thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure that was more. I don't know. I feel like that has more to play into it than because ESPN they could say like they even have flex times because the times of games for the SEC schedule just came out.
For sure.
There's like flex times, or like LSU has a bunch of flex games, and that's flex between the 2:30 kickoff or the 6 p.m. kickoff because obviously whatever matchup's better is what it's gonna be, and they'll announce that a few weeks before. But I feel like TV has a big play in that.
Yeah.
And if the TVs if the people on the TV said no, we're doing it Sunday night, like Texas would have had to just man up and shut up.
Yeah, but what it sounds like, because I did read that like Texas did not agree, so they didn't do it. So like that's like a for sure thing. So
what changed from last year? Because wasn't the Michigan game a noon kickoff?
Yeah, it was.
I mean, they didn't. I don't remember there being a big fuss last year when they had to play Michigan.
But last year, that was on a Saturday.
Yeah, they played Saturday noon. This is going from Sunday night to Saturday.
Oh, okay. Like it was preferred to be.
Yeah.
So it's not so much that it's the noon. It's just
they
like
just didn't want to play a night
Sunday.
game.
A night game period. Yeah.
Oh.
But I think also like last year you had a big primetime game with LSU and Florida State on Sunday night already. Because this year I don't think there's anything on Sunday. There's one game I think it's like Louisville and somebody, like not a good matchup.
Yeah.
They're not gonna make like Bama, Florida State or something.
Oh wait, is that one?
Is that Saturday night or is that Sunday?
I'm saying I'm thinking about.
I think that's a 2:30 game. I think that's the 2:30 kick.
I'm trying to think of a game
on Saturday
that ESPN could bump over to Sunday as they do with LSU in the past. But.
I'm pretty sure LSU and Florida State they were like slated to do that on Sunday from the get go.
Yeah, so they don't have one right now.
At all on Sunday?
No, so it's
surprising. I figured that week.
Notre Dame, Miami play at 6:30. Oh, they play 6:30
on Sunday.
On Sunday.
Notre Dame, Miami. That's what
that's the matchup
then.
Oof.
Yeah. I mean, we won't get too into college football yet, but I mean, I don't know what to expect from either of those teams.
I mean, Notre Dame will still be good. I mean,
will they?
I'm not saying they'll be as good as
your
they were
quarterback
last year.
now?
That's exactly the question.
Oh.
Riley Leonard's gone.
Is it I'm pretty sure it's a transfer. I'm trying to think where he transferred in from.
Yeah, they got somebody.
We all know who Miami's is, and I think we all agree he's not a very good quarterback. So
no, he's definitely not Cam Ward.
No.
right now it's C.J. Carr and Kenny Minchie. C.J. Carr is David Carr's son, I think.
Derek Carr's brother.
Nephew.
Yeah, I know.
What are you doing, David?
The longevity of this family name for guys that were not amazing quarterbacks is pretty insane.
But that's what I'm getting at. I mean, I don't know what to expect from either of those teams, to be honest.
No.
Yeah,
I wonder what the early line is. I'm sure it's in
Notre Dame favored.
Oh, I'm sure.
because their
Like,
senior
4.5?
backup quarterback he
Where-
transferred.
Is it at Miami?
I think
It's in Miami. Yeah,
It's probably like 2.5.
Yeah.
not a great backup plan, but
No.
So yeah, that's our hikes.
Yeah.
Everybody go? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. You made
yeah.
a real quick
Short and
statement,
sweet.
so
Short and sweet.
it's about to get deep though. Yeah, man. Yeah, the NBA playoffs been kind of crazy. It's been very back and forth.
Yeah, Game 4 was interesting. The Pacers for the first 3 quarters kind of had a stranglehold in that game, and everybody was kind of like, is this the best team in the league really just gonna let these finals slip? Because 3-1's not insurmountable, but it's not a good spot to be in. And for a long time in Game 4, it looks like it might roll right that way. And then OKC just kind of pulled I wouldn't say they pulled a pacer because the whole fourth quarter was kind of dominant, not just the last 3 minutes, but they just started playing good. And, they're the best team in the league for a reason. It's crazy how quick that changes, too, because, 3-1 feels insurmountable, and all of a sudden 2-2, it's a coin flip.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
anybody. It's that, there's that much of a change. But, yeah, it's been a good finals. It can easily go 7. I don't see somebody just all of a sudden waking up and pulling away. So
Yeah. I do like that. I'm glad that they went back, or that they changed to the 2-2, 1-2,
Yes.
1-1-1.
yes,
I remember back in the 2-3-2, it was
Awful.
almost like
I hate the 2-3.
it was almost a disadvantage being the home court. So
I agree with that 100%.
That's how I feel about in baseball, and in the World
Yeah.
Series, the 2-3-2 setup is awful. Because if you lose one of the first 2 games, now you're at a disadvantage.
unless you're the Astros,
That's true.
then
That was
you just lose
only
all the
thing
ones
I
at
was
home.
thinking.
Yeah.
Go get all the momentum, and then you can't win a game at home. But
Not once, but twice.
Twice. Only team to ever do it twice.
Yeah. Only team to do it once.
Yeah,
So-
true. Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah, obviously, Shea, doing his MVP thing, scoring 15 points in the last 4.5 minutes. That was a big step up.
and that's the thing. Even though the Thunder have a complete team and a pretty deep team, they have to have Shea to be on to win. At the end of the day, yeah, Williams can step up, and Jalen Williams, there's 2 of them, but can step up and score points. But if Shea doesn't go get his 30, it's going to be real hard for the Thunder to win. And he's happy. He's like, Chet looks awful. Who's the other one that looks just egregious? But yeah, Chet looks horrible. Doesn't know what he's doing out there. He's too tall for all the Pacers. That's the problem. They're all just too quick.
Hartenstein had a -7 last night.
Yeah.
2 points.
How many minutes has he been playing?
I only played 21 minutes.
It's not a good matchup. The tall guys in this series.
And Alex Caruso with his headband getting out there, getting 30 minutes.
Yeah, he's playing really well in the finals. He's been a big addition. He was their biggest addition, him and Hartenstein in the offseason. Hartenstein was very important throughout the season to get where they got, but in this series in particular, Caruso's going to play a much, much larger role just because of the way the Pacers are constructed. And, man, it's just 2 very different styles. Halliburton can go score 12, and they still win. They don't have to have a guy that just has to go off. They're just so deep. Any guy, Game 3, what's the guy's name that went off in Game 3? He had 26 points on 8 of 10 shooting or something, 10 of 12 shooting. Unbelievable shooting night.
Mathurin?
Yeah, yep, that
How
one.
would you say that?
But yeah, like any given night they could have a guy. Yeah, I know Lucas doesn't have a lot for the NBA.
I didn't watch a second of any of that.
Yeah.
It seems like it's been good.
It's been good.
It's been very back and
It's been.
forth,
I mean, a finals 2-2 is what you want. You don't want a finals going.
No.
4 games, 5 games. You want it to go 6-7, and yeah, like game 2 and 3 weren't as close as game 1 and game 4. But like it's a good series overall.
Yeah.
But now it shifts back. OKC has home court advantage, I guess. They have 2 of the next 3, but I just don't know if it really matters.
I won't say the way it's been going. I mean, because both teams have stolen a game on the road now. So
I really don't think it matters. Like, it's just 2 very good basketball teams that just have to duke it out.
Exactly how you want it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with it.
I just wonder what would have happened if Halliburton's shot against the Knicks hadn't gone in. The sky high.
The Knicks would still have their coach.
Do we want to shift from finals and just go?
Yeah, I mean we're already on basketball.
What's going on off the court?
What's the latest
going
saga?
on with the Knicks now?
What's the saga?
Dude, I stated. I guess this was in the middle of the Boston series where or was it maybe it was the Pacers series? Like I think I like basketball more when the Knicks are good.
Yeah,
it's not gonna last long. You go and I went on the tirade last week. You fire your coach who finally gets you out of the depths. They had no plan. To me, you don't make that move unless you were for sure you were going to get your guy.
Mm-hmm. What if the guy's still coaching?
They tried that.
Oh.
They've called 5 different organizations to request permission to try to talk with their coach.
No, if they're trying, never mind. Because technically, what if the coach they want is literally still coaching,
like with the
in
Thunder
the
Pacers?
Well, neither one of those organizations are going to give you permission, and neither one of those coaches are going to leave a team they just took to the finals. The only way you get it is if the coach is talking with the organizations, like, "Hey, I kind of want to make a move too." Then you figure out, because if they're still employed, then there has to be a trade, so they get capital back.
Mm.
But the Knicks literally fired Tom Thibodeau, and just because their name is the New York Knicks, they think they're so high and mighty that whoever they call is just going to be like, "Oh yeah, you can have our head coach." What kind of freaking plan is that? And they're shell-shocked now that all of them got denied. The first call was Dallas for Jason Kidd. And there was rumored to be mutual interest between those two. And then it ended up not happening.
And Dallas just said nah or what?
Yeah. They were actually the 3rd team to say no, but they were their first call.
So before you go any further, just to clarify, so in the NBA, for coaches, they don't have buyouts where a team, if they meet that number, they can now pay the coach.
No.
Really?
No.
Okay.
They have to be traded.
Wow. Okay.
Even Sean Payton going to the Broncos.
Mm.
Even though he was retired, they still had the right because he retired.
Yeah.
If you're employed, so they had to send draft picks. So
interesting.
There would have to be a trade to get him to go over to a different team.
Okay, sorry.
No.
Dallas.
They called Dallas. And they were supposed to be mulling that option. The next day they called the Rockets on Ime Udoka, and they called the Grizzlies, not the Grizzlies, I'm sorry. They called
Bucks?
No, they don't want Doc Rivers.
You sure?
Yeah. Who did they call with the Rockets? Anyway.
Why would they even think that that's an option? The Rockets giving up Udoka.
With this young core that we have and everything else. Anyway, they've also called on Quinn Snyder, who's with the Hawks. And, man, I'm going to get this wrong. I need to see who all they denied. It's 5 different people.
Sounds like a Jerry Jones move, honestly.
It's a James Dolan move, man. He's the owner of the Knicks.
He's horrible.
I don't know who that is.
He's the owner of the
Knicks.
Yeah, well, yes.
That's all you need to know.
Does he look like Al Davis' son?
Dude, nobody can rock the bowl cut like that, dude.
It was Minnesota's Chris Finch. They called on Udoka and Finch, and then they called on Quinn Snyder, and they're just they're just so high and mighty that they think that they're just going to be able to steal somebody else's coach, and they're just going to let him walk.
I am surprised though that Dallas didn't give Jason Kidd permission because, like, from everything I've heard, is like he was super disgruntled about the whole Luka Doncic thing. So
I think with Kidd, with the opportunity now, if they don't have the number 1 pick, he probably leaves.
true.
But the fact you have Cooper Flag coming in, try to see if you can develop and go. And I don't know how much longer. The Knicks might tear it down. I don't know. But yeah, for them to go in there and just try to, and then now they're having to pivot, and it's Taylor Jenkins and Mike Brown.
Mike Brown.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like Mike Brown wasn't bad at Sacramento. He was coach of the year a couple years ago, but he's been a head coach 4 different times. Taylor Jenkins had the Grizzlies in a good spot a few times, but that kind of soured real fast at the end of the year. So that story never really came out while they fired him with 10 games to go.
Yeah.
Apparently he'd lost the team and everything else. So is that a good look to bring that guy in? I don't know. I don't know. Mike Malone must have no interest because he won the championship 2 years ago and he's not getting a call for a head coaching job. I'm shocked about that. But yeah. Maybe I didn't get as fired up as I thought I was going to. I'm so over the Knicks.
It's just insane.
I'm so over the Knicks, and who they're gonna get now. It's gonna be a fast fall from grace. I think. Like you're finally relevant. You're gonna be back. You're relevant so fast.
Do they have like a third bench coach that the players really like?
I don't know. I don't even know who's on there, man.
Keep the core together.
Yeah. Keep the core.
It's different. They actually have signed contracts, so guys just can't go transfer whenever they want. They're kind of stuck there.
Sorry, I had to throw it in.
Yeah, it's fine.
I like it.
Speaking of, I thought that going off track for a minute, I thought your hug might be the Texas A&M men's track team, dude.
No, I'll just give them a shout out later.
Yeah, okay.
I was gonna do a quick little point. I was gonna save it if y'all tried to give an Aggie deal. I was just gonna throw that in. But, yeah.
Filling up the cabinets over there.
That's right. At least on the track side. So
Hey, we have a good record in track, so
it's pretty cool.
It matters.
yeah.
But dude, speaking of the NBA though, did you see this Desmond Bain trade?
Yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Who's that?
Exactly.
He's a shooting guard.
He's a 5-year veteran. He
At
averages-
TCU.
At TCU, averages about 17 points a game, about 5 rebounds a game. Has not been an All-Star yet in 5 years. And the Grizzlies traded him to the Orlando Magic for 2 players and 4 first-round picks.
Unprotected.
All
means-
unprotected.
That means all of them are going to convey, and then they got a first-round pick swap, which that one's not going to convey because it's a top 2 protected. So
Yeah. So
pretty much what they're saying is that's the piece the Magic needed.
apparently,
it's what the Magic think.
Yeah, that's what they needed. Didn't they do halfway decent this year?
Well, so that's
they got to the play-in, I think, right?
Yeah, that's a bit of the argument sometimes when it comes to these picks. Like, you see, 4 first-round picks, that's crazy, which I agree.
If they're in the later stages of the draft, it doesn't matter.
If the Magic are thinking they're going to be good.
Yes.
So it's this year's pick, it's 2026's pick, 28 and 30.
29's a pick swap,
and then 30.
Yeah.
So this year's and next year's, this year's like 16th in a weak draft.
Yeah.
Not next year. They're assuming they're going to make a
decent run.
I'm assuming they're hoping. I mean, they won in the finals, but I can see the Magic making it 2 rounds next year. So you're talking a mid-20s pick, and they would expect to be good in 28 still. So maybe 2030 if they tear it down by then.
Yeah.
Like that might be a pick they get out of this, but.
Yeah, I feel like those picks are just enticing the deal, and you're banking on yourself to do well. Because again, if they're in the top half of the NBA next year, I mean, they're going to be in the same spot as they were this year.
It just shows you too, like how less impactful
Draft picks.
draft picks are in the NBA.
Yeah.
That like that's always like the big trade packages.
Mm-hmm.
4 first-round picks. Last year the Knicks traded 5 first-round picks to get Mikal Bridges.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just a ton of draft picks, and just like you said, like you're hoping it's going to be a later first-round draft pick, which NBA means like you might get like a contributing player, but you're not going to get like a stud
All-star.
in the late first round. So
But it doesn't always happen. I mean, like the Rockets are still using some of the Nets picks when we traded Harden. Because they had that super team that was going to contend for years, and within a year and a half, like the whole thing blows up.
Yeah, and now those picks look great.
Yeah, they're doing really good. So like just because you're thinking so much, again, the Grizzlies are banking that they're going to blow it up, and it doesn't work. But to your point, Brian, it's still a crazy trade.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, Desmond Bane's a good defender, and he's actually a pretty good shooter. He'll be probably the number 2 option on that Magic team behind Banchero, so he'll get his shots, and he'll be the guard heavy where he was trying to split shots with Morant in Memphis. But
and I saw a point too where it said like when you see like how well all these teams are doing in the East, and but also kind of how wide open it is. Like the Pacers being the 4 seed into the finals, the Cavaliers hitting 64 wins, getting bounced in the second round. Like the East is kind of wide open where if you can get like that true contributing player. They said too that like the Magic were one of the worst 3-point shooting teams this year, and Bane shoots over 40% from the 3-point line.
Very good shooter.
So he's going to automatically boost their 3-point shooting.
It sounds like the Rockets could have used him.
We'll get to that.
I wouldn't.
We'll get to that.
The Rockets are about to go all in for Kevin Durant, dude.
I did see that, but I thought he was also like heavily leaning like San Antonio.
So there's so many rumors going around right now. Like it was San Antonio. He said San Antonio, Houston, and Miami. Those were like his 3 top.
He just wants some
destinations.
Hispanic food. It sounds like.
He wants to eat them churros.
I mean, all 3 of those places have great Hispanic food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cuban, Tex-Mex, and Mexican.
Yeah.
Best.
Tex-Mex and Mexican.
Well, Houston, I feel like would be more. I guess San Antonio has more Tex-Mex.
Houston, you'll probably get more of the Asian cuisine, I think. But
Houston, you get everything.
well, that's true. Yeah.
Houston's a great food city.
Metro place. They got plenty to do.
That's what Kevin Durant's thinking for sure.
Yeah. I mean, he's 37. He's going to be 37 this year. He's approaching retirement. I mean,
So say the Rockets do pull the trigger on that. What are you giving up?
We're giving up Cam Whitmore. You're probably having to give up Reed Shepherd. You're giving up Dylan Brooks. This is what if the trade that I'm thinking would if this trade happens, if it's Reed Shepherd, if it's Dylan Brooks, it's Cam Whitmore and 2 first-round picks, I'll swallow it. If it's anything more than that, I will not be happy.
I'm out.
Because we do need shooting bad. Like when Jalen Green's off, we can't shoot at all. And like so we need shooting, and if Kevin Durant's anything, he still is averaging 26 points a game.
oh yeah.
He's not going to play good defense. We don't need him to. We have good defenders. Now, Dylan Brooks is one of our better defenders, but we have Amin Thompson, who is going to be an elite defender for years to come. Jabari Smith Jr. at the power forward positions, or he's kind of a small forward, power forward combo. Very good defender as well. Kind of a 3-and-D guy. So I'm not too worried. We have guys at his position to play defense, so I'm not too worried about that. But he's 37, and he's got injury history, and like.
What if he brings you 1 title? Would it be worth it?
See, that's my dilemma. Like this, you have as a fan, you have to say yes. But if it comes at the expense of we're gonna suck in 3 years, it's like I want the title, but I don't want to stink again so fast. But I also don't want to just be a second-round playoff team for the next 10 years.
That's exactly right. That's definitely a chance, especially like
you could be
with the Thunder. You know how good the Thunder are. You know,
it's I said it before. Like we're in this. The Rockets seem to be the up-and-coming team hitting right as another dynasty seems to be emerging.
Yep.
But, so, I mean, if I'm Kevin Durant, of those 3 teams, the team with the best window to win to me is definitely Houston.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So,
sure.
And if he wants to come back to Texas, I'm not really sure. I'm guessing the San Antonio thing is just about coming to Texas. Like, he played college here? Because I don't really know.
Well, he probably sees like the potential.
Yeah, but at 37, how much longer can you wait for potential?
I mean, got Wemby.
Like, I think you had Kevin Durant to San Antonio. San Antonio can definitely make the playoffs next year, but no way in the world am I saying San Antonio with Kevin Durant automatically is a conference finals team.
I don't think they have the depth enough to be
not at all
a contender.
Houston to me immediately becomes a conference finals contender if you throw Kevin Durant into that. Again, my only reservation here is he's 37 and he has injury history. Like if he's 35, I'm all in on this.
Yeah, at this
It's like
point,
it gives you a couple more years of.
Yeah, you're hoping to get 3 good years out of him, pretty much.
Yeah, and like that's, 40's old in basketball.
Oh
yeah. LeBron's kind of making it the new 32, but that's not a norm.
LeBron's also a linebacker. Like he's.
That's what you remember, like Dirk played till 40, but God, he looked awful at the end.
Yeah.
Vince Carter did it with a little bit more grace, but he's not somebody you're like. You need Kevin Durant to come in and be Kevin Durant, and how much longer can he actually do that? So,
is San Antonio? I saw something where San Antonio were like starting to play more of their games in Austin. Is that true?
They had started like something where they were playing games. I don't even know where they were playing at. I don't think it was in UT's. Is it in UT, the Moody Center?
I think so. I thought it was.
Because there was a rumor. There was a rumor at one point that they were going to start playing more games in Austin. With
the owner wanted to.
Yes, with like potentially at some point moving the franchise to Austin. And so it was kind of like a selling point. Like, let's see how many fans we get to show up and stuff and potentially move. This has been like a couple of years now. This has been going on.
Really?
They've been talking about that. But then there's also talk that San Antonio is going to build a brand new arena.
So is that the problem? Is it he wants a new?
Well, I think that is part of it. Is like
what other I mean, I would say you don't see that very often. But Golden State just did it.
Austin's a bigger market than San Antonio is.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, probably.
Well, not just a bigger market, but there's more money in Austin too.
Yeah, but like San Antonio's been on they've been on the list for like NFL expansion and stuff.
Yeah.
Austin hasn't.
But I think now if a franchise comes in, again, we might have had this discussion on here before, but I've had it a lot. Like ideally, if I'm an NFL franchise, I'm putting it in San Marcos. I'm putting it halfway between San Antonio and Austin, so both cities can come to the games.
Yeah.
And you have more property, more land available there.
That's
instead of building it in the
true.
middle of a city. I guess they do that in Foxborough.
Yes.
Because where's Foxborough?
Yeah,
It's outside of Boston somewhere.
So it did say like they played 2 games this year in Austin, but it's like they're just trying to expand their presence and fan base in Austin.
Yeah.
But they're also saying we're staying in San Antonio.
I know. I'm pretty sure the owner, like the Dell family, had a say in that.
Yeah.
Wanting them to come into Austin.
I guess so.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but
which, if I'm a franchise owner, if I'm the owner of the San Antonio Spurs, I would do that in a second.
Well, yeah.
Move it to Austin.
The Austin Spurs just don't roll off the tongue like the San Antonio Spurs do.
Mm.
They can be the South Central Spurs.
I actually think is it? There's already the Austin Spurs that are there. I think it's like their.
That's their G League team. Yeah.
Is already there. Yeah. It's already
Don't
there.
love it. I won't lie. I don't love that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it'll be probably won't be a thing, but
Good. Shouldn't.
it's good to put it out in the universe.
Yeah.
I think that's where it should stay. I just don't like it.
I think it would do well. I think it would do very well.
Sure.
Oh, he might do fine money-wise and marketing-wise, which I guess that's what they really care about. But as a fan of basketball, I just don't like the moving.
Because, dude, like, Austin FC, the MLS team sucks. Like, they're not very good. But they sell at that stadium every single game.
Well,
not recently.
they sell out, but they don't show up.
Well, yeah, they don't show up, but they still sell out because people, corporate tickets and stuff.
Yeah, everybody just buys the tickets to try to sell.
Maybe it's just I just don't like Austin. Maybe that's
That's
part of my
that's
problem,
absolutely
actually.
fair.
I just don't like the city of
It's a
Austin.
fair point.
That's
Maybe it has nothing to do with anything else besides that.
That's valid. That's valid. For sure. But yeah.
But on the other side of the playoffs, the NHL, it's been pretty electric, dude.
Dude, so good, man.
I mean, outside of Game 5, I mean, first 4 games.
Game 3 was, I think the Panthers won like 5-1 or something.
Oh, that's right.
But it was, I think, the best game because at the end of the game they just all out brawled.
Yeah.
Like literally, like the refs couldn't even break it up, dude. They were literally just like typically when they go on the ground, like
Yeah.
they couldn't get the dudes off of each other. Like they were like destroying each other. It
Getting
was
some
awesome.
bad blood going over there.
Yeah, it was great, dude. I guess back-to-back Stanley Cup
They do
finals like
that.
that, and then just to get embarrassed like that, they just had enough.
Oh, yeah. And they got embarrassed again, game 5. 5-2.
Yeah.
So,
Florida's good. Marchand is an absolute monster, dude.
Yeah.
He came from Boston. I don't know why Boston got rid of him, but he's been. I think he scored in the last 3 games, and like in game 5, he scored in like the first like 15 seconds. It was crazy.
Golly.
Just like set the tone, dude. It was it was. Hockey's been great, dude.
Yeah.
I've been watching that. Not so much basketball, but
Yeah.
It's good. I mean, three overtime games in the first 5.
dude.
They're tied right now for the most overtimes in a Stanley Cup, aside from one Stanley Cup in the 1950s, if you want to count that. One of
We
those
don't count those.
went to 5. So, yeah, the record is 3 outside of that series of overtimes in a cup
But just
final.
like the whole like scoring with like 15 seconds left to send it to OT, and then like it's been phenomenal.
Well, didn't the Oilers score like 3 goals quick in the second period of game 4 to tie it up?
Dude,
Like,
It was 3-0.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was 3-0. It looked like the Panthers were just going to cruise.
Yep.
And then just boom, in a blink of an eye. The Oilers took the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
Panthers
4
had to hit the...
It was 4-3.
With what, 20 seconds left in the
I
third
think
period?
17 seconds left to tie it. Yeah, it's been great, dude.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then, for how the game went in Game 4, the game-winning goal was kind of BS.
Yeah.
It was kind of lackluster.
For sure. But that's hockey. Like things like that happen.
Yeah, it is, but it's like, you want it to be like Connor McDavid dicing them all up again.
Yeah.
And did we talk about that? Was that before last week or was that this week as well? That play he made where he made that guy literally fall on his butt on skates.
Broke his ankles.
Did we talk about that?
No, I don't think we
I
did.
don't think so.
But
I mean,
he's
just
unbelievable.
and people like for casuals, which I am, but I'm not a casual sports person. You would look at the stats and be like, "Oh, McDavid's not showing up in this series. He's not scoring goals."
No.
But he requires so much attention that
Draisaitl.
Draisaitl is getting just shots on goal that he would never get.
Yeah. And
He's a good player himself, but having McDavid there makes it that much easier.
But Draisaitl's got like, he has a shot from the wing that like you're like that angle is impossible, and he just dunks it.
Just nails it.
He's hit 2 of the game winners, huh?
Yeah, he's good, dude. Both of these teams are phenomenal. The 2 best teams are no doubt about it, and that's again. Last week I did my take a hike to the stars. You're just going up against 2 powerhouses right now. That's what it is. Like either way, even if somehow the Stars would have gotten past the Oilers, the Panthers are just too good.
Is this like Warriors Cavs in the mid teens
Yes.
when they were just like,
It's
I mean,
inevitable.
like the playoffs, fine, but do we really need to do this? We
Yeah.
know who's gonna get there.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a good comp for sure. But
Pretty
I mean,
crazy.
I think Florida wins again. They're just too good, and it keeps the streak alive. Stanley Cup in the U.S.
Keep it out of Canada.
Yeah, man, it's felt like it's still, even though it's 3-2 now, it still feels like Edmonton has a chance. But in reality, I don't think they
Yeah.
do. Like
They have a chance, but Florida's just
because like they're having to hang on to win these close ones, and then
Exactly.
like Florida just comes back
I'll
out
say
and
it.
puts the foot on the
Yeah,
throat.
it's been all heroics to win the 2. Yeah,
for sure. They had a 3-goal deficit. They had to like climb back from.
Yeah.
Like that's not going to happen a ton.
No,
Especially as you make adjustments throughout the series. Yeah, like it's
For
it's
sure.
crazy. Should be good. I hope it goes 7 though, because
Oh, I
It's
do
fun,
too.
yeah,
I do too.
I want both finals.
it's going back to
series.
Florida, right? Game 6.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Edmonton has the home. Yeah,
For Game 7.
Florida's gonna go all out to win it on their home ice.
Well, they're on the heater right now.
Yeah.
3-goal win, Game 5. So we'll see. Ready to do our Rockies update?
Yeah, I want to check in.
The Rockies have been winning, dude.
Have they really?
I don't like it.
They are up to 14-57.
Yeah.
No.
So they are now at a minus 202 run differential though.
They got a lot of help today because they won 10-1.
Did they really?
That helps the old run
Wow.
Who
differential.
they play?
The Braves, man.
The Braves
The
are
Braves
on
are in a
an
bad spot.
absolute downslide
spot.
right now. bad.
Dude, in 2 years ago with the Braves, were like they're making all these deals with these young players. They're going to be good for a long time.
Dude, their entire starting core is under arbitration right now. Like, they're not paying anybody. Like, it's so like this. Yeah, that's when it was like, man, the Braves are about to go on an absolute tear, and then now they're just playing absolute horrible baseball right now.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, the Rockies aren't even the worst team. Like, we kind of let it go underneath the A's went 1-20.
Yeah, they did.
On a stretch, and we all just kind of let that because we're so locked in on the Rockies being bad. But like they're kind of getting the brunt of it from everybody.
It was the week. I think it was the week you were gone. Like, Lucas is like, what happened to the A's? And I was like, I don't know, because like we were saying how they were all in the mix, and then that's when I found that they lost 20 out of 21 games at one point.
So like the Rockies have company. I'm locked in on the Rockies still because I still think they're gonna break the record, but they're inching closer to not losing 130.
Well, they're still 15 games behind the A's for the worst records.
Yeah. Oh no, they're bad. They're still the worst team. They haven't had the worst stretch though.
The A's went on a good run to separate themselves a little bit.
If the season started May 1st, we might be having a different conversation about who the worst team in baseball is right now.
Yeah.
I will say too, with the guy that made the bet on the Marlins and White Sox, it's not looking good. The both in last place. At this point, so.
I had a check on him. I checked in on him probably back in mid-April, and he still had a cash out for $4.50, so he would have lost 50 cents. He checked in on it like the first week in May, and they already took the cash out off. Cause like we can't. We're not even like it's not possible.
I mean, for $5, you might as well just let it ride. Man.
Oh, it was a joke bet when he did it, but
what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, the Braves are 31-39 right now.
I mean, that's not as bad as I thought.
I mean, but they're 13 games out of first place.
Well, yeah, because the Mets are one of the
best
Mets
teams
and
in baseball. Phillies, yeah, they're both really good teams. So
yeah,
me and Lucas did a little check-in, kind of, I guess, third of the way through the season.
Yeah,
y'all both have a chance to go 6 out of 6.
I don't.
Oh no, you took the order. You have a chance to go 6 out of 6.
You have a good opportunity to go 6 out of 6.
You need the Phillies to make a run and take over the East, but.
If that happens, you're 6 for 6.
Dodgers, Cubs, Yankees, and Tigers. Yeah.
My best case scenario is 4. Best case I got is.
Well, dude, nobody could have seen the Orioles being where they're at, dude. Like nobody could have.
Y'all might have forgot. I had a second worst take. I thought the Yankees would get third.
Yeah.
I had the Orioles and the Red Sox over the Yankees. They are in last and second to last. What's their division?
What's the Yankees lead right now?
They're 3.5 games in first place right now.
Over the Red Sox? No, Red Sox are second to last.
Over the Rays.
Oh, really?
I had Orioles, Red Sox 1-2. They are 5th and 4th in the division.
Yeah, the Red Sox are 37 and 36 right now. But, dude, the Red Sox have been getting hammered with the injury bug.
Yeah.
Like, they're, of course, I mean, not to toot our own horn, but the Astros have also been getting tagged, and they just keep winning, dude. Another sweep this week, so.
These pitchers.
Walk-offs.
4.5 game lead now.
From the depths of no farm system, we just keep finding these pitchers.
Diamonds in the rough.
Dude,
Never heard of their names, and they're throwing 6 2/3, 3-hit ball, 1 run.
Who pitched today? I was like, who is that? I was like,
we're also winning every one-run game right now.
Yeah, it's not sustainable.
No, not at all. But like, I feel like we either get blown out or lose, or like we're winning.
Brandon Walter was the starting pitcher today.
It's
God,
like 6 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 9 Ks.
That is insane.
And his 1 run was a home run. Like, that was it.
It's only his second start too, right?
Yeah. And then, yesterday, Colton Gordon was the guy they brought up when they DFA'd Forrest Whitley. And, dude, he shut it down yesterday. Like, he pitched really well in both games. Like,
and it's not like they're getting a ton of run support.
No.
I think the one game we put up 8, but everything else has been.
Well, they won the first one 10-3.
That's what it was.
And then walked off Saturday, walked off today.
Playing really good. 5-game win streak right now. So,
are we worried a spot is going to the hater card a little too much this early in the season?
I did think about that because he pitched all 3 games of the series, right?
If not, yes, he did pitch all 3 games.
Yeah. So
if not, I know he's pitched 3 of the last 4 days.
That is my big worry. He's like, just their back end of the bullpen just getting taxed.
Yeah, I don't need my closer 4-0 in the third week of June. Like he's pitching a lot of late games just to try to keep us in games. And then he had his most career appearances last year for us, and I think he's on pace to do it again. That's of course, who knows how far we're gonna go, but yeah, I got this breaking news a while ago, but I didn't want to stop it for MLB yet, but yeah.
That is crazy. Shohei Ohtani's gonna start on Monday.
Did you see why?
No.
The Dodgers have 14 pitchers on the injured list.
14, dude.
14
The same thing happened to him last year.
For reference here, most teams carry 13, 14 pitchers on a 25 man.
I think they carry 14 out of the 26 man.
That's right, 26. So they normally carry so they have an entire normal everyday roster on the IL of pitchers.
That's insane, dude.
Including Blake Snell and Glasgow, they're 1-2.
Wow.
And Kershaw just came back. Like he's just been pitching again
He's
recently.
And looked like he was 23 years old pitching.
Yeah.
Like just absolutely shut down baseball yesterday.
Like so they need him to pitch, and this was to me. This is not. I don't think they really want him to start, right? They want to use him as a reliever or throw him every 7th day or 8th day. Like
it feels like a McCullers thing with the Astros, where it's like we don't really want him to be a starter every 5 days, but at this point, it's like what other choice do we have?
I think it's like with the starting rotation they were gonna roll out there. It was like they have 1, 2, 3 with Snake, Glasnow, and Yamamoto.
Mm-hmm.
If they just find 2 other guys just to be, Kershaw was coming back, and then just, hey, let's give all the guys an extra day. Let's just throw Shohei out there, just every 7th or 8th day, just for fun.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was but 14 pitchers. I mean, it's kind of beating a dead horse. This happens every year. The Dodgers.
It does.
They roll out this mega team. Like, there's no way this team isn't the best team of all time. And then we're here in June. It's like, God, they don't have anybody that was supposed to be playing on this team.
They only have a 2-game lead in the division right now.
Yeah.
It's actually 3 games between them, the Padres, and the Giants. They're all right there with each other.
And the Giants just got better.
That is an insane trade, dude. Like, I cannot believe that.
Out of absolute thin air. Like, we knew Devers was disgruntled, but, like, there wasn't even a rumor mill about this.
But, like, you saw it coming because whenever, like, earlier in the week, they asked him, they had 2 of their first basemen go down. So they asked him to play first base, and he said no. And so at that point, you're like, okay, like, there's probably something about to happen because now he's just blatantly... I mean, you already knew he was pissed off because they brought Bregman in. And so now, he goes over there and says, I'm going to be the third baseman. And then by opening day, it's Bregman's going to be the starting third baseman. You're going to DH. Then he starts 0 for 16 with 12 Ks.
But then goes off.
Yeah, then he starts playing really well, and he's been their best player since that point.
Yeah.
So now you just dish him off, and I mean, they got a good haul for him too. I mean,
yeah, and they dumped the contract.
Yeah, the entire contract.
That was the surprising thing for me. There was no cash considerations.
Well, they probably learned from the Mets, who
but
we're going to be paying Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander until the end of time.
True. But I mean, the Red Sox, they got 2 pitchers in the deal, 2 starters and 2 players,
2 prospects. Yeah.
I mean,
it's a good haul, but was this a bit of a reach by the Giants? Because like they've been starving for the star for like they signed Correa and then find the injury and the contract falls through.
Yeah.
They give they were at least within their own clubhouse thought they really had a good shot to get Aaron Judge to leave New York.
Mm-hmm.
Gave their best offer, gets spurned. They signed, was it Adames in the offseason? Like, that was supposed to be their big splash, but that's kind of lackluster. It wasn't really a big name. And then, and I guess in their mind now they finally have got a player to build the team around. So they've been for 3 seasons they've been thirsting for this. So
yeah.
But where's he gonna play? Is he just DHing over there?
Yeah, I think so. Because because Matt Chapman's their third baseman, and he's a great defensive guy.
Unbelievable defender.
I told Lucas, because Lucas hasn't even playing third since Bregman went down. Because Bregman's been out since the middle of May with the hammy.
Yeah.
Devers has not played a game at third base this year.
Huh.
So he's straight up DH, and I would imagine. I mean, Chapman's on the IL right now, so maybe he plays some third while he's out, but obviously San Francisco's been playing somebody there, so I think he just slots right in as the DH.
Watch him end up playing first base over there.
Yeah, dude, that would be something. That'd be awesome, honestly.
I didn't realize he was so much of a diva.
Well, I think it seemed like at least like he kind of stayed kind of under the radar until this happened.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
I didn't know. But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's probably because I've never been in the situation, but if somebody gave me $313 million to play baseball for the next 10 years, and they were like, hey, we're going to make you y'all have to just hit.
Sure.
Dude.
I'm fine with it.
You could pay me a tenth of that. I'd be like, you put me wherever you say, and I'll be there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I will play my hardest every day.
Yeah. I'll go out there and,
And I understand some guys.
Give me a catch, give me the stuff.
Yeah.
Some guys can't stay in the flow of the game. Like, being a DH is not as easy because, like, you sit for periods of time.
All you do is think about your previous at-bat and how you're going to adjust the next time. That's it.
Yeah. Like, I understand. Like, some people need to be in the flow of the game more consistently, but I think I could have figured it out.
Yeah,
I think
it sounds like he did. I mean, he didn't figure it out at first. He was struggling at first.
He's always been a better hitter. He's not a great defensive third baseman
at all.
So like
awful.
He's always been around the 300 guy. So
see, for the Red Sox, it made sense to make Bregman the third baseman.
Absolutely.
If it was my team, that's exactly what I would want.
Yeah, for sure.
I think San Francisco is more than willing to pay him $30 million a year just to hit the ball 4 times a game. Like,
yeah.
But it sounds like it's exactly what he's gonna be doing in San Francisco.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kind of crazy. I did see. I want people to jump on this bandwagon. So for the All-Star ballot, I saw one guy promoting the All-Star ballot where he put all White Sox players in the AL and all Rockies players in the NL. If we could all just jump on that bandwagon.
Brian, see the problem with that here, Brian. I still can't name a single Rockies player.
You have to know the player.
Or I don't know if I can name a single White Sox either. So
is Luis Roberts still there? Yeah, Luis Roberts still in center.
Didn't they trade him?
No chance.
I think they did.
No.
I know they got rid of Tim Anderson. He's done like in baseball, I think. Cause he got released again.
Plays anymore.
I don't know, man. Again, we're doing a weekly Rockies update. I still ain't.
He is with the White Sox still.
Okay. Well, someone's got to be their All-Star. So, like all jokes aside, someone's got to make the All-Star.
I mean, it'll probably be him.
Benintendi.
Benintendi's over there. Oh,
forgot about that.
So I do know some.
Josh Rojas.
Sure. Yeah.
He was a shortstop for the Diamondbacks. He was in the Astros farm system.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I think we traded him for was it for Greinke?
Maybe, I don't remember.
But that's it. I don't know any of the others. So
back to the Rockies. They just said something about the win today was the second largest upset. We count a random Sunday baseball game as upsets in a 162 game season. I'm gonna assume that meant whatever the spread was. It was the second largest upset. I didn't see the end of that, but man, Rockies win a game and it's big news. I guess when they win 10-1, that is pretty big news.
The Braves were minus 475 midline coming into the game.
Lose 10-1.
It's rough.
That's rough.
You hate to see it.
Yeah.
I know, dude. I want under 30 wins, and they're already almost to the halfway point.
Yeah. They can go a whole week without winning, though. There's still a chance.
We're at 71 games right now, so...
Yeah.
What'd they win? Did they win like 3 games in May? Because they were 9 for a while, and I just wanted them to not get to 10.
Well, they were 9 in June.
Yeah, that's what I did. I wanted them to get to June with under 10. But now they've already won They won 5 games in June
They
already.
won 5 games.
We're only halfway through the month.
The sweep of the Marlins was a big boost for them.
For sure.
That might be the only sweep they get all year.
Yes, that is correct.
Probably gonna see Spawn's putt is number
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Good for him. You want to touch on him?
Dude, did you
On
see
the US Open?
Did you see the game-winning putt?
No.
It was in the rain, just an absolutely unbelievable putt.
But was that for par?
It was for birdie.
Oh, so
He won by 2 strokes.
Yeah, he won by 2 strokes.
Even
if he doesn't drain it, he's good. But
he had to 2-putt 62 and a half feet, 64 and a half feet.
It was something, yeah.
God, dude.
Absolutely unbelievable.
That's unbelievable. That's Marchand.
Marchand, yeah.
So good.
God, dude.
We're watching the top 10 of the week.
This is the first
Top
time
10
I've watched
plays.
SportsCenter and since I was in college, probably.
I guess we'll get back to Spawn. Spawn's may not be because it might be that catch from that center fielder with the A's.
Oh, dude, that was unbelievable.
That
too.
was crazy.
I can't say his name. When he made that catch, he was in the MLB for 16. That's his own.
How did he even?
That's a full court just.
He got the board and the bucket.
Yeah.
He just chunked it.
That guy's been in the league for 16 days, and he already had 3 highlight reel catches. I don't know if y'all saw all 3 of them, but
Here
That
it
is gonna be one.
Look at this.
yeah, this is the putt. Just to 2-putt it to win, and you just let me just go sink a 60-footer.
Just nails it, dude.
I was gonna give my height to Oakmont Country Club.
Dude, I was watching the practice round this week. The rough is unbelievable.
Not just the rough, but the greens too, man.
Yeah.
Like that place.
Check this catch. Dude.
That place would make me never want to play golf again.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like
I mean, the best golfers in the world. One guy was under par.
that's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The winner was 1 under par, and he had to sink a 60-footer.
Yeah,
to get to 1 under.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he would have finished even if he 2-putts that.
Poor Bryson, dude.
Oh, he struggled bad.
10 over to miss the cut.
Yeah, dude, he did not have a good. But again, you get into the rough. If you're hitting fairways, you're gonna have a good time. If you're not hitting fairways, it's not gonna.
But
be
dude, that's
fun.
what I'm saying. So like, I was watching a practice round. It was Scotty Scheffler, and he just dropped one into the rough just to see what it looked like. You couldn't see the ball.
Yeah.
Like, dude, like, how is that? That's not golf. Like that.
And we talk about like
you're just weed eating.
we talk about like Augusta being like tough, but like this Oakmont's a different tough. Like
Yes.
And it's tough because par is somehow 70.
yeah, that's
Like other courses, like
72.
par 72. So like that helps you out a little bit.
more par 5s.
There was 2 holes played under par on the week. That's it.
Well, I also saw, like prior to the tournament starting, Bryson DeChambeau he had a reel or something or TikTok. He played one of the par 3s. It was a 289-yard par 3.
What?
He hit a 3-wood and he was still like 80 yards. Like he was putting on this huge green. I'm like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
289 yards.
Par 3. I'm like,
But there's also a 317-yard par 4
yeah,
on 17.
that's the. Who comes up with this?
Make it make sense.
Like make it a par 71 and just throw in a few extra yards on the par
Yeah.
3. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like I would, if I was a golfer, I would have sat out this U.S. Open. I'm like, I'm not embarrassing myself.
Did they rotate it?
Yeah.
Oh,
The
okay.
U.S. Open. So this was the first one. It was in Oakmont in 16, I believe, was the last time.
Yeah.
And then some in the mid 2000s.
They do like Bethpage Black. There's all kind of different places they do it, but yeah.
This is one of the most hated ones. Like
Oh,
players do not like when
I mean,
Oakmont comes
obviously.
back around.
I mean,
no.
And then throw in some rain for fun.
yeah, why not?
You know, like,
As if the course wasn't hard enough already.
Because dude, how many hours of delay were they in today? Like
It wasn't a ton.
no.
It wasn't that long. Okay.
I mean, because like they were trying to get it in before dark.
But I did see some clips from the course, and it was wet.
Mm-hmm.
There was legitimately
Like
puddles.
standing water.
Yeah,
now.
standing water in places. Cart path only for sure. But yeah,
That's crazy.
Oakmont can take a hike
Yeah, that's wild.
if you play golf at all.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it lets the pros feel like what the rest of
That's true.
regular golfers feel at just your regular old country club in your hometown.
But like, I'm just sitting here trying to think what I would shoot on that.
It's 3 digits. I'll tell you that.
Oh. I was thinking about trying to break 200. Breaking 200 on that.
Does it start with a 1 or a 2?
A 289-yard par 3. That's a 10. Easy.
Well, what was it? Is it Griffin? I don't remember his first name. It starts with a B. But he said going in, somebody was like, "Hey, if I tell you right now that you'll be +6 on Sunday, would you take that, or would you rather go play all 4 days and see if you could beat it?" He said, "Nah, I'll take it." I think he ended up being +5, so it's better for him to go play all 4 rounds. But he's like, "No, I'll take plus. If you can guarantee me I'll be +6 come Sunday, I'll just do that right now. I won't even go play. I'll take the +6." And hell, I think +6 got you top 20.
Yeah.
Scotty sneaked into the top 10 at +4.
Unbelievable.
Rory snuck because Rory had a good Sunday. He was 300 today, so he snuck in top 20.
Unbelievable.
But yeah, good for JJ Spawn because nobody saw that coming.
No.
This is only his second PGA Tour victory,
Yeah.
Wow.
but I mean, played his butt off. Had a snipe on 17.
But he has been playing well lately. Like, even in some of the other tournaments, like just keeping up with it a little bit, like with prize picks and stuff, he's been playing relatively well.
Didn't he lose in a playoff not very long ago?
I think so. Because that's part of it too. You got to be playing well, like dialed in with everything. Like back-to-back weekends and things like that. Like that's one of the consistency things with golf. Like if you can go on a run and have your swing and be confident with it, like it can roll over, and you can see that
For sure.
But
it also helps you just got a wild card course that like skill definitely matters. Don't misunderstand me, but like this is one where you could see that just a rare or a dark horse come out of nowhere because it's gonna fool everybody equally. Like
that's true.
And like you're driving and stuff, even if you can out. Well, I guess Oakmont did play into the guys who could drive the ball further because it is a longer course.
Yeah, hit fairways.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. You gotta hit fairways. That's first.
It doesn't even matter if you hit fairways. Did y'all see Shane Lowry catch the divot?
No. I'm thinking of a different.
What probably think
it's not Shane Lowry.
Was it Shane Lowry?
No, that I saw. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, Shane Lowry hit, and then they didn't. The rule
didn't
was
let him drop.
They wouldn't let him get out of it, and he was pissed. And they're like, "Oh, he hits a bad shot." Then the camera shows where his ball is. It's halfway in a little divot. It's like, how the hell is he supposed to get that out of there clean?
No, it was JJ Spawn. He hit a ball. Great approach. This ball would have probably spun to like 5 feet from the hole. He hits the pin and it rolls all the way back onto the fairway.
Oh my gosh. Dude.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
No. This was in the fairway. Lowry stuck a ball and it literally just sticks right in the old divot. And
yeah, they don't have any relief.
Nope, it's stuck right there, and he was very pissed off about it.
Yeah, that's the difference with some of the tournaments. Like some of the tournaments have different rules where you can move balls and things like that, and I guess this one wasn't.
No,
and it should have been one of them that did.
Yeah, I was saying,
yeah. Of all courses, did not have that rule.
Well, it's the I don't know if it's because it's at Oakmont so much.
It's the USA.
But the U.S. Open has the most tournaments won over par as a major. Like it's like substantially more than the rest of them.
Yeah, so they just try to screw everybody.
Yeah.
Just make it as hard as possible.
I'm wanting to say +4 is the worst score to ever win, but yeah, there's been a time the U.S. Open was won.
Imagine, dude.
Yeah, I can. After seeing some of the stuff I saw, like that looked miserable, very miserable.
Love to shoot 4 over.
I love to shoot 4 over on just one hole. Yeah. Every other hole is gonna be more than that. So.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
Let's end the night on some college football. This is my favorite time.
Nothing crazy. The Pac-12 is in danger of going to FCS beginning next season if they cannot find one more football team to join in on the conference. So they currently have 8 members that are in, but Gonzaga is non-football.
Yep.
So they only have 7 football teams that are currently locked in for, and they need 8 to be FBS eligible, and they have to have it by July 1st. So a little hometown cooking though. I mean, it's the heavy favorite right now is that Texas State is going to be the 8th team that's going to come in and join. So apparently, like from everything I've seen, they said a lot of it, like a lot of the rumors really spurred because they said like some guy was trying to put Texas State's running back up there in like Heisman contention, and it put something like it showed like beavers like floating in the San Marcos River. Like they put like the Oregon State beaver in there, and they're like it would have been just kind of a blow off tweet, but then Kelly Damphouse retweeted it, and so that's when it like exploded, and like and he kind of made some comments too about it was kind of things that you kind of see like kind of had something to do with like media shares, stuff like that, to where they could make money because the Pac-12 they signed with CW, CBS, and ESPN, to where like they'll show all of Washington State and Oregon State's home games. Like one of those 3 networks will, and so like so they're putting together like the media sharing and all that. Which, dude, like I read that Gonzaga will get a share of the football money, even though they're not even going to be a football school. So
that's crazy.
So I thought that was crazy. So they said like so that kind of plays into like Texas State jumping on that and getting some money out of that. They also said that if Texas State wants to leave, like right now their buyout is $5 million. If they wait till next year, then it goes up to $10 million to leave the Sun Belt. So it's also kind of a timetable for them, where if you want to save some money and you are trying to get to what you consider to be a bigger conference, then like now is the time to do it.
So with just real quick, if you have it pulled up, with Oregon State and Washington State, who are the other 6 members?
So it's
obviously Gonzaga, but let's just talk football.
San Jose State.
So it's
all the states,
yeah,
right?
It's San Jose State. It's Boise State.
Boise State is. They've already announced?
Yeah, so it is.
Utah State.
So as of right now, it's Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, San Diego State, Utah State, Oregon State, Washington State, and then Gonzaga.
Kick Gonzaga out and make them all states.
The All-State.
The state conference.
It's the All-State Conference. Get them a sponsor. Get them a sponsorship.
So football wise, it would be all states.
It would be the All-State Conference, yeah.
That would be awesome.
I know we've said that on here before, but we're bringing it back because that's
get Oklahoma State in there, get Louisiana State in there,
get them all.
Go dominate that conference.
There'd be like half of FBS would be in one conference.
Dude, they would lose so many recruits. You go to the Pac-12.
Playing at freaking midnight.
They said Memphis potentially could join.
I didn't see that.
But it would be possibly football only.
Logistically,
and they would stay in the Big East and everything else. Well, that's why I said so it'd be only football because then they would save money like for the other sports and stay in the Big East.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because you're on the. I mean, every road game you're going across the country. Like Texas State would be the closest one.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing too. Is like
it's still not close. It's probably like a 3.5 hour at least flight to Oregon.
I mean, like for Texas State, like
maybe 4.
Their closest game would be Colorado State. Like, other than that, you're going to Utah and California.
Yeah, but I mean, in the Sun Belt, FIU, they got to go all the way to Florida.
The Sun Belt's kind of all over the
Coastal Carolina, like they got to go to Carolina.
Yeah, but the majority of them are like within reason. Like
UO Lafayette, UO Monroe,
Lafayette, Southern Miss.
I mean,
that's South Alabama in there.
Yeah,
South Alabama.
But I mean, that's still, you're talking 1.5 2 hour flight.
Hell, it takes them longer to get across Texas than it does to get through those states.
Probably, yeah. I mean, and that's the good thing about being in Texas is you're kind of a central location. So like either way you go, it's not like a terrible flight.
Absolutely.
It's not Stanford to Miami. Like it's not something like that where you're flying literally corner to corner to play a football game.
But if they do get in, and the Pac-12 doesn't dissolve, what are they going to do for like playoff seeding? Are they going to be kind of the group of 5 thing where they're going to now be that representative in the playoff system?
Well, it doesn't matter, remember, because it's the 5 highest ranking conference seeds get an automatic bid.
4.
No, it's top 5. Remember, the top 4 got buys, and then the 5th one got wherever they were seeded.
Okay, so what happens if the highest seeded one is in the Sun Belt?
So they would get like you assume Big 10, SEC, Big 12, and ACC. You assume those 4 are going to get.
Yeah,
the top seed.
I guess you just assume that.
So like this year it was Boise State from the Mountain West. They were the 5th one,
Yeah.
so they got the auto seed. And but now what it turns into, so if those 4 get one, then the Sun Belt, then those are the 5 auto seeds. Then the other 11 are just based on where you're ranked.
Yeah.
So again, like it's not like a Power 4 versus
Yeah, I guess that's
everyone
true.
else. It's just because remember Boise State got the 3 seed this year.
Yeah.
And Clemson had to go to Texas, so
Yeah.
it is interesting though.
Yeah.
I mean,
It'll be interesting to see what happens after the playoff contract runs out and how they're going to do if they do 16 teams or what happens with that.
Well, and then when these conferences all break off and make their own league.
I mean, that's coming, and I feel like this is a good move for Texas State just for that.
Yeah.
You're getting into one of the known like power conferences like previously, like just name recognition alone.
So that
I think it's going to play into.
And that's
it.
kind of what I was thinking. Like, does the Pac-12 get that invitation? Like, say
Like with the ACC.
Say like the SEC and the Big 10, like they say we're leaving, and they go, okay, ACC, like y'all got enough recognition, like y'all can join in. Big 12, y'all can join in. Like, does the Pac-12 get tied into that?
I feel like I know a lot of the big powers in the western side of the country are now in the Big 10 and Big 12.
Mm-hmm.
But the Pac-12, I mean, there's been years where Oregon State's been very good.
Mm-hmm.
Boise State has a track record now.
Washington State has had successful years.
So, like, you're talking about 3 relatively storied programs.
Yeah.
I mean, you see the Washington State flag at every college game day.
Yeah. Since
that has to say something.
Yeah.
That's all you know him for, though. You don't know him for the football.
Leach had some good years there.
So when Mike Leach was there, the guy was throwing for 800 yards.
Didn't Russell Wilson?
No, he was NC State.
NC State, that's right. It was NC State.
Before he went to Wisconsin, yeah.
Yeah, it was NC State. But yeah, there it was. It sucks. But yeah, it's it'll be interesting to see. I wonder if this is going to kind of just have a ripple effect of like just realignment in general with a lot of other teams.
Yeah.
I mean, it could. Because who's to say Texas State's not the last one? They're just getting the 8th one now.
Oh, they definitely want to get more than 8.
For sure. And I don't know what the contracts are like with like UCLA and all those teams that are having to fly across country. Because at some point, not in football per se, but in all the other sports, how feasible is it to fly a baseball team or a softball team over to Miami?
Not at all.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so at some point, geographically, they're going to have to eventually figure something out. And that could be their out.
Well, and that could be what happens whenever they do break off and start their own stuff. Is like, let's make it more geographically accurate.
And that's just talking about the teams. I would think more of the teams in the Big 12 would be more willing to move out.
Yeah.
Once you're in the Big 10, you're set. Like I don't think they're going in.
They're not coming back.
The
money's too good.
That would be financially stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But in the Big 12, that might be where you have an argument or a thought.
Yeah.
Is it the Big 12 or is it like literally like Cal?
I mean, Arizona.
Yeah, but like Cal being in the ACC, like do they backtrack and get out of the ACC?
Oh, you mean in the ACC? Stanford
like Cal,
too?
Stanford.
Like do they backtrack and go, hey, maybe? Because like I mean.
But same thing with Arizona in the Big 12. I mean, I guess it's closer.
It's closer. That's all.
It is closer.
And like Arizona playing the other Big 12 teams, logistically they're more this
But
way.
Arizona also has to go to Orlando to play UCF.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Because the Big 12 now, with everything realigned,
Yeah.
there's Big 12 teams in Florida now.
Yeah,
Well,
BYU to.
Yeah, Orlando.
That's crazy.
Because I think that's it, right? That's as far as they go, Big 12.
Yeah, because the rest it's
Texas
Arizona,
and-
Colorado.
And, like, Midwest area.
Yeah, it's kind of that central
Yeah.
area.
But it'll be interesting. Once all this is over with the playoff situation, it'll be fun to see.
I mean, there's got to be some. I mean, you think eventually like they would try to do something just to help financially. Like and like say they do when they do break off in these conferences, like maybe they do create some kind of media share to where it's you do move back, but you're not necessarily losing out on a ton of money because of it. So.
And again, in football, if it's just for football, that's affordable. But when you're talking about all the other sports
that don't bring in any substantial revenue,
if anything, they're in the red.
Well, they are now having.
Even before they were close, they were still in the red.
Yeah.
I mean, you're Stanford going to Miami for a 3-game series for baseball,
and those are storied programs in baseball.
Yeah, so like you're having to fly all that way and house them for 3 to 4 nights.
Yeah.
I mean, basketball, like you're flying in on Tuesday night,
Yeah.
like something like that. It's just
not ideal.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So we'll see.
Yeah,
it's fun to talk about.
A lot of what ifs.
Yeah.
We'll find out in 2028.
Maybe by then something else will come up and we'll have to revamp the whole thing again.
Yeah, there's going to be another class action lawsuit because some teams are leaving and the rest of the teams are going to be just sitting there. It could get crazy.
I did see that huge settlement they made, it's being appealed right now because they said too much was going to men's sports. So now it's being appealed.
And you knew that was going to happen. Like, that's what I was going to say, the Title IX thing. Like, it's going to have to come out. Like, somebody's going to, they want their share. Even though, again...
I didn't see the percentages of, like, what's going where.
Oh, football is getting a lot.
Well, for sure, yeah.
Like, football's getting the majority, which they should, because that's what runs the athletic programs.
I mean, that's what makes your money, exactly.
Unless it's college basketball. And in those schools, you're going to prioritize what you're good at. And, like, I guarantee you Duke is not going to put more money into football than they are basketball.
No.
Like, that's just not how it's going to work. LSU's in a predicament because, like, LSU's baseball program, they require a lot.
Right.
And so LSU, Jay Johnson's going to come in and say, look, I want a bigger cut.
Mm-hmm.
And LSU football's like, well, we run the place. You know?
Yeah.
And then...
But if LSU goes and wins another national championship this year, then it's like, okay, well, now what?
Yeah. And so that's where it's going to get hairy and dicey. But I mean, LSU's women's basketball, they're gonna want some. Mm-hmm. And I know that LSU's women's basketball actually was in the green this year.
No, I get all that, but like LSU could go 6-6 for the next 40 years, and the other sports would never sniff the revenue LSU.
No, not a chance.
Like that's just the way it is
for sure. And that's why I'm curious to see kind of what goes down whenever they do these super conference things and kind of break away from the NCAA, like completely. Like I think they're just gonna say, you know what? If y'all are gonna make us divvy out all this money, split it evenly, we're out.
We don't need you.
We're just gonna use the college's name. We'll have a contract with the college. We'll use the name, image and likeness, or whatever. Like we'll use the copyright, whatever, and then do their own thing because they're gonna want their own money.
For sure.
And then what that's gonna do is it's gonna affect the other sports because they're not gonna have as much money to play around with because football's literally paying for all of that.
Yeah. Like we're making your money.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting.
Speaking of making money, we can end on this. So the NCAA 2026, they said that each school is going to get money based on the number of times that a team has played with in the game.
Interesting.
So there's a huge campaign right now for everybody to start playing with Kent State. So to make them a national contender.
The Golden Flashes.
I think I saw something that said if 70 million people played with one team, they would make like $50,000 or something like that. So
oh my god.
it's like pennies, like. But like if you keep playing with the team over and over again,
That was going to be my question. Like, is there a certain timeline, or like how do they?
I don't know like what their metrics are like.
And I guess that has to be online play, right? Because that's the only way they can track it.
Well, I'm sure they can track.
No, you
all
can
of
track.
it,
You
yeah.
can track
Track any of it?
anything. Yeah.
I think you have to do either Road to Glory, which is like or like a dynasty mode, like you like do something like that, where you're I think where you're like consistently playing within that university. So
Dude, that's awesome.
yeah, I'm gonna make Kent State a national contender.
And get them $50K.
The amount of money EA makes, that's a
Because
slap in the
what
face.
was it like? The players get $600 or something like that,
And a copy of the
and
game.
a copy of the game. Except for Arch Manning, who got what did he get 60,000 or something, because he wasn't gonna do it, and then he ended up making an ad for the game and said he's gonna get in it. So he ended up getting some big paycheck out of it. It's fun times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got.
That's it.
Shout out A&M track and field.
National champs.
National champs.
Co.
National champs.
They were tied on points, you said. So.
National champs. Ain't got to worry about anything else with it. You're national champs.
So wait, what's the tiebreaker in that? The
There is
4x4?
none.
There is none.
There's none.
Oh.
They're
That's what I said. Line them back up. 3 events: 100-meter dash, high jump, and discus.
I figured it'd be like the 4x4 because that's always like the big race. I figured it'd be like whoever places higher in that. But
Nope. I mean, there's so many events involved that it's like, okay, over the course of 2 days and all these events, if there's a tie, it's just a tie.
You get 1 throw, 1 jump, and you get 1 sprint. Go.
100-meter dash is.
Yep.
Your fastest one, get them up. Line them up.
First time since 2013, the men's track championship has resulted in a tie, which was A&M of Florida.
So A&M still doesn't have an Addy.
Yeah, they do. They also won it in 11 or 12 outright. A&M track actually has pretty good history. But
A good track record.
yeah, real good track record.
Yeah.
It's easy to do.
Not as good as USC, who they tied with.
Really?
USC won their 27th men's national title. First since 1978.
I was just going to say, USC is that school that back in the 70s they were good at everything and now they just suck.
Dude, that's what like I saw
Like in college baseball.
Yes, I was gonna say that.
Like
so
they are an absolute...
we were looking at top national championships, and
Yeah, I
they
think
have
12
They have
or-
the most, but they haven't won one since 1998.
Yeah.
That was their last national championship.
Yeah, they've been irrelevant.
Went on a crazy run. They won like 8 in a row between
Yeah.
the 30s and 40s.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out USC as well. First one in almost 50 years, but you also have the most with 27. So good for you.
I saw they're in
Sounds
the
like the
they're in the
Yankees.
run for the Directors Cup this year though.
I thought Texas
USC.
already won that.
No, it's like it's close because Texas ended up struggling in track. Like they had some of their some of their runners go down, so USC like gained a lot of points. So it's gonna be. It was like USC, Texas, and Stanford were like 1, 2, 3. Like they're all.
Stanford.
Yeah.
They're good at rowing.
Yeah, I don't know what they're good at. Golf. I think they're really good at golf.
But it's those obscure sports that count.
Yeah, you
as
get all
much
those
as-
points from like
yeah.
random things that nobody even pays attention to.
Yeah, like badminton and darts.
Because look at USC, what was like any relevant sport? What was USC good at this year?
Nothing.
Exactly, and they're
Did they make the NCAA tournament in basketball?
I don't think they did this
No.
year. They did like the last couple of years
Yeah.
when they had Bronny.
The women, USC women.
True.
They were good till Juju
Yeah,
tore
tore
ACL.
ACL. They were the Final Four or Elite Eight.
Did they make the Final Four?
No, because she tore it in the first round.
Yeah,
So
maybe it was
Maybe
the
they're
Elite
Sweet
Eight.
16. Something like that, but yeah.
Anyway. All right, now we're done. All right, thanks for watching. Do like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.